I was all set to go. I even put the title, Adjustment Layers, at the top, and then I realized, you know what? I need to talk for a second about folders over here. You might have noticed that as we go, I'm adding more and more folders, and folders is a really amazing thing that Photoshop added, I think around CS4 or 5 or something like that. It used to be that you would just have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of layers here, depending on the file that you were working on, and it just got out of control. And luckily, Photoshop finally said, hey, enough with this madness. We're going to give you guys some folders, okay? So what's the real magic, the power of folders? Let's look at this. Okay, I just made this folder here, and it's got the two elements. We have their background here that's not in the folder, and then we have the elements here that are in the folder, okay? And it's just the text here, the girl, that will be explained later. And then I put this orange thing on the background, okay? Just the orange solid, what am I doing? Okay, there we go. Now, what I want to show you real quick is, okay, how do you create a folder? Down here is a folder icon, and obviously you can just do the boring thing of creating a folder and then dragging something into it, and you can put folders inside of folders inside of folders. But let's do it the fun way. I'm going to select all of the elements that are inside this folder by hitting Shift, and I'm going to click them all, and I'm going to drag them out. And now I'm going to take this folder and just delete it. Yeah. All right. So now I'm going to take all of the elements that were in that folder and hit Shift, select them all, and then hit Control G. Boom. Okay. Now they're all in the same folder. And you can do that. That's a wonderful way to go through. If you've got a bunch of layers and you want to put certain layers together, just go through and start, you can hit Control click or Shift click, and it'll do two slightly different things. I won't go into that right now, but you will be able to organize your documents really quickly. So I'm going to call this Adjustment Layers. And one of the great things about these folders is now they act just like layers. Right now this says pass through, which means that if I apply, for example, a blending mode of multiply onto the girl, and then let me turn this on, you can see that now she's blending in multiply mode onto the back, or you can say overlay, or you can say screen, and you can do that, and the actual folder isn't going to affect it. But one of the awesome things about folders is you can also treat all of this as one layer. So you can give it a blending mode unto itself. I have to turn something on below it so it will blend on top, so it'll interact with something. So let's try this. Let's do multiply on the whole layer. Oh, look at that. So now it's multiplying on top of this blending modes layer, or folder. Now let's try screen. Oh, and overlay. Oh, I mean, this is totally ugly, of course, but it just gives you an idea of what you can do. And also, another great thing is you can add an alpha channel. So if I want to put an alpha channel on this entire folder, let's see, I'm going to draw on this in white. Okay, and you can see over here, here's our alpha channel. It's affecting the entire folder. This is extremely powerful, especially when you start getting really, really deep into documents and you just want to be able to put a bunch of things together and work with it without, combining it, okay? And this goes into the topic of destructive and non-destructive. We want to always keep our document editable. We want to be able to go back and change things if we want to, instead of just combining things together, okay? And we'll talk about that later. But for now, that's just an introduction to folders.